Greetings, Guardians! Welcome back to the Destiny Tracker podcast. I am your host, Jay, the content manager here at DTR, and joining me this week are my wonderful co-hosts. First up, we have J Rambo 9119. What's up, man? Oh, J Ram, we cannot hear you. Try that again. J Ram,
I'm here.
All right, there we go. What's up, man?
All right, now we're back. Yeah, no, dude, I'm good. I'm all hyped up. I've been drinking Rockstar all week.
Nice. Is that
yeah,
good?
my pee is like really yellow. It's gross.
Drink some water, man.
Wow. No, water's for the mere mortals. I'm immortal.
All right. Next up, we have our first-time co-host, Reythos. What's up, man?
What's up, Jay?
What's up? Welcome to the show, man. It's your first time here.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my first time here on the podcast.
How are you feeling? Feeling good?
I'm feeling good. It's been a good week.
Nice. All right. So,
yeah.
What are you eating?
Oh, my snack of addiction recently. I am eating Skippy peanut butter bites.
Ooh.
With oatmeal.
Oh,
so these are
healthy and gross.
Oh no, it's so good. It's so good. I used to eat peanut butter with a spoon as a kid.
Oh, my brother was like that. I could never get down.
I eat rainbow sprinkles out the jar. Is that on the same level?
Close.
Wait a second. The little sprinkles you put on ice cream, you eat them out of the jar?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's so good.
You're just popping sugar at that point.
Yeah.
They're mini Tic Tacs.
Just start doing lines of sugar.
Those are called pixie sticks.
I don't even like those. I was never really a fan of those as a kid. But
God.
all right, guys. So Miss Team KK Sally cannot join us this week, but she will be here next week, and I will announce our calendar for next week at the end of our announcements. So you guys can find us on iTunes, Podbean, and the Google Play Store at Destiny Tracker Podcast. We do record the show every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern live on twitch.tv/DestinyTrack. If you guys would like to support the show, you guys can leave a review on iTunes and subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Podbean. You guys can also support the show on Patreon. Also, guys, make sure to check out our brand new sponsor, Gamer Subs GG. They have the #1 energy powder energy drinks for gamers. My favorite is the dragon fruit flavor, and they're also coming out with a brand new flavor in a few days. So as soon as we find out about that, I will definitely tweet that out on the DTR Twitter account. You can use our promo code DTR for 10% off your order. Again, that is DTR, guys. All right. So I am also going to announce our September calendar here on the podcast. Next week, we're going to have OBX boy Ed, and we're going to start up a new giveaway next week, which I'm excited for because he's going to bring us something really cool. And we're also going to have Mesa Sean on next week, and then Miss Team KK will be joining us next week. The week after that, on September 8th, we're going to have Subcult. He's a huge supporter of the show, so I'm super excited to be joined, to have him joined by us, joining us. Oh, I can't talk tonight. And then on September 15th, we're going to have Focus Fire Chat. We're going to be talking about some Destiny 2 lore, which is awesome. And on September 22nd, we're going to have Mr. and Mrs. Lupo will be joining us here on the show. And then on September 29th, we're going to have the voice actor for Gaul. He will be on our show on September 29th, guys. Save the date. We're going to have a huge show. We're going to be joined by content creators. You guys in chat, ask questions, all of that. We have a Google application where you guys can submit your questions to us so we can ask him on the show. It's just going to be an awesome show. And then we also started planning our 1-year anniversary here on the podcast. We're going to give away something cool, but more details on that later in the month. So
awesome.
Whew, that was a lot of announcements for this week. So Reythos, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you do here at DTR, man?
Right now I'm just a streamer on Mondays and Wednesdays early morning for my time, pretty much afternoon for you guys. I do raid carries. I'm a VOG raid Sherpa of all sorts. One of my favorite things to do for anyone in the community, honestly, is helping them get their exotics, helping them through those quests. I've been doing a bunch of that Bell trophy for Rise of Iron with everybody, so
yes.
I can do it with I can do that with just me and one other person in 30 seconds flat every time.
Wow. I still need that. I need that achievement over on Xbox.
I don't have Xbox.
I know. Sadly.
PlayStation only.
So, what got you into streaming and helping people?
I've been a gamer my entire life. First thing I played on was an Atari 2600 for my dad, and it's evolved from there. Recently, though, I've always wanted to get into streaming, especially on Twitch, since I started learning about it a couple years back. But I actually only really started streaming about a year or so ago. I would stream on occasion, just miscellaneous games, definitely Destiny. And I had come across the DTR website before, and I was just checking out some stats, trying to get up my Grimoire, and I see that it says live. I'm like, I might as well hit that. And it was Monkey Slapper was streaming that day. And I was
every time I hear his name, I laugh.
Yeah, Monkey Slapper V. But he was just streaming, just having a good old time in Crucible, and I just started chatting with him a little bit. We started joking. I was telling him some terrible Destiny puns, and he just absolutely loved it. I came back the very next day, and it was Danfinity, and I just hit it off, and I'm like, I have to be part of this community, and thank you guys for letting me join up.
Thank you.
Dude, you're awesome.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yes, thank you so much. And you help us out a lot, so thank you so much for joining us. Yes,
that
man.
120-hour stream was brutal, but I'm ready for round 2.
Yes.
I'm ready for round 2.
I am planning our next event, which I'm excited for. I think we're going to shoot that out later in the week. Well, next week, so I'm excited. So stick around for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. J-Ram, do you have any questions for him, man?
Yeah, I do actually, and they kind of go along with the raid.
Sure.
What's your favorite raid and why?
Okay, so the raid I'm most knowledgeable about, it's definitely VoG.
Okay.
I mean, I would sneak into that year one, and I would climb everywhere. I love to climb around and stuff and reach wherever I should not be. For instance, in VoG, I can grab the shield relic when you go to fight the Templar from underneath the map. It's really fun to do. As far as my favorite one to just bust through and have a good time, I really kind of enjoy Wrath of the Machine, honestly. That in King's Fall. I know it's a really hated one right now, but I do enjoy King's Fall.
I love King's Fall, dude.
It's I just enjoy how it was built. I enjoy the challenges of it. I enjoy, just the constant battle to say, hey, we're coming to kick your ass, and that's it. And it's just this guy gone, this guy gone, this guy gone. Your daughter's gone. You're up, man. Bring it. It's a fun grind through the whole Dreadnought. And I was hanging out with my original raid crew, I want to say like a month or so ago, and we decided, you know what, just for fun, let's go back into King's Fall, not challenge mode, just hard mode. We all went in 400 light, and we won stage the War Priest, and we're like, yeah, we know we're overpowered now.
What is your favorite raid to teach people how to raid?
I do flawless raider carries on Crota. I don't necessarily like the intro part of Crota, but I would probably go with Wrath of the Machine now because it's the most current raid, honestly, and I'd probably, if I'm going to be taking brand new gamers to Destiny, like they just hit that level 40, they're right at the light level, and they're like, let's do a raid, I'd probably end up taking them through Wrath of the Machine.
No love for King's Fall, huh?
King's Fall I would do, but I would probably do Wrath of the Machine first.
Okay.
The guns are better in Wrath of the Machine. Then you can go use that to obliterate everybody else.
Okay, last question. You ready?
Yeah.
Now this one's gonna be tough because you really got to think about it.
Okay.
What raid has the best soundtrack, in your opinion? Because I know what mine is, but I'm interested in yours.
First?
And Jay, yeah, if you want Reythos to give him some time to think, you can answer.
Wrath of the Machine. Love that soundtrack.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. As far as soundtracks go, and this is kind of shooting myself in the foot by how I play with the music muted. Always.
Oh, interesting.
I always do. Very seldom times do I actually play with the music not muted. But I've listened to all the soundtracks. I've played through all the raids with music. I can't say I have a specific raid that has the best soundtrack. I like certain songs from the raids. Like I love the Zamboni. I really do. It's hard not to love that music when you're just going for it. Parts in Kingsfall I enjoy, parts in Crota I enjoy, but there's no definitive, this one is my favorite.
Okay. Jay, you said yours was Wrath of the Machine?
Yes.
My favorite, by far, hands down, Vault of Glass.
That raid has music?
Yes, it does.
It's so subtle. It's so subtle that sometimes if you're not paying attention, you kind of miss it.
When?
And it's between the encounters and everything. Like you can hear it. And I remember when Vanilla Destiny was out and Luke Smith was I forget who was interviewing him about the raids.
Mm-hmm.
And he said one of the reasons why the music within Vault of Glass is very soft. You can barely hear it. Even when you're running from encounter to encounter, you really don't hear too much music, is because he wanted to promote teamwork, communication between everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, and I remember this is why VOG is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You actually got that sense that like it's you and these 5 other people with you, and that's it. You are going down into this cavernous environment, and you have no idea what you're going to encounter. And I'm going to make a reference, Jay. You're going to be familiar with it. It's like Batman fighting Bane.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's that lack. It's that lack of music that you would expect to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And all you hear is like the water dripping off of the off the cave or in the cave and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you really think about that, and you think about what the directors are the environment they're trying to put you in mentally, they nailed it. Now, obviously, if you're just talking the entire time and everything, you lose sense of that. But what I recommend everybody doing just once is getting to the Templar, okay? And before you spawn in the Templar, just save that checkpoint and then go in by yourself and just listen. Or after you beat the Templar, okay? You know how like you got to jump down where the Gorgon maze is?
Yeah.
Leave and then come back into that maze by yourself. And you will hear all these little noises and everything that you've never heard before. True. And it's amazing what they did with that. And it's a shame that more people don't talk about stuff like that. Because when it comes to raid design, these guys know what they're doing.
I can attest to that music. I really can, because like I said, VOG is the one. I'm a freaking monkey in a jungle gym on VOG. No joke. I've gone everywhere in those caverns, and everyone's like, there's still probably hidden chests. There probably are. I haven't found any extras, but I've scoured every square inch of that place that is not cartoon barriered off, because I love just the feel of it. The caverns itself, it's just a huge, immense space that it's just fun to just wander around and just explore it.
Yeah, man. In retrospect, when you think about just Destiny 1, you don't get that feeling of being like alone with your back against the wall, except for Vault of Glass.
Mm.
You don't even get a chance. You don't even get a chance to feel that in Crota, because as soon as you spawn down in there, and you got to run for your life.
Yeah. I don't really like Crota.
Oh, well, but if you think about who the Hive are, they are very aggressive, raw, in your face. Mm-hmm. No fear. And that is the exact tempo from the very start of the raid. That's what you get. Vault of Glass, it's very surgical. And that's exactly how the Vex are.
Precision, yeah, for sure. Yeah. With the Vex. And then with Crota and the Hive, it was like it's like fighting Zerg again in StarCraft.
Never did it.
Oh man.
So since we are on the raid talk, what would you guys like to see from raid 5? A Cabal Vex? I really feel like it's not going to be a Cabal raid. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I don't think it's going to be a Cabal raid.
I don't see why it wouldn't be a Cabal raid, honestly.
I mean, if that's
we've
what
had
you
a raid against everything else.
And honestly, if that's the way you feel, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
That opinion. Just support it. Like, what makes you think that?
Because I feel like Gold will die in the campaign. I just have this feeling. I have hope that it is going to be a Vex raid, because we haven't learned, because they're really hyping up the Cabal. They're not really hyping up the other races. We only seen Hive in one trailer, or the Vex we've seen, like, they're on other planets. I feel like the Red Legion will end with the Red War campaign, and then we're gonna learn about the other races and like the quest and the end game.
What they've been doing since Destiny 1.
Exactly.
I tell you what I'd love for them to address is, why are they there?
It's all in the same universe, though.
Why? Yeah, but why are they even fighting against each other?
Oh yeah, I would like.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there are situations on Earth where you have a Hive, and then you have Fallen right there, and we have no idea why they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like, no clue whatsoever. So I hope they address stuff like that.
But what would you like to see from Raid 5?
Ooh, okay, let's see here. Definitely teamwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love mechanics and stuff like that. I love... Ooh. Hold on.
Oh, gosh. Notes? Oh,
I
thought you were pulling out notes.
Yeah, no. My headset.
No, he's designed the raid, and so
I
now
know,
he's just telling us what's going on behind it.
He should apply to Bungie. J-Ray would be perfect as a raid designer.
Okay, here's one thing I would like to see.
Okay.
And this, honestly, this is what drives me crazy, and it probably drives most people crazy, is the fact that sometimes you have to rely on somebody else to complete a task so you can progress further in the raid. Case in point, jumping on the back of Axis. You know, I mean, we all have that one friend that is not a good jumper. And you're praying to God that he doesn't get selected. And if he does, you're thinking, oh shit, don't go his side. And then he goes his side. And there is not a better feeling on this planet than when they jump up and slam it down. And you're like, yeah! And you start shooting and everything. I love stuff like that. I love encounters where sometimes one person can shine. And that's great. So I definitely want team-oriented stuff.
Okay.
I'd like to see more of the environment pulled into play.
Yeah.
One thing I don't want to see that much, and the example I'm going to use here is King's Fall. Don't make me stand in one spot and shoot constantly.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm teaching people how to raid, that's why I love that raid, because you can tell them, listen, stand here and shoot. And the first encounter that you go to, Totems, is one of the best encounters to teach communication.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one of the best. So definitely more mechanics, bring the environment in. I'd like to see randomized puzzles. You know, because right now, and Reythos, you could definitely speak of this. We have raids down to a science.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like we're speed running, I like speed running, and I have nothing against that community. But I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of randomization. Maybe it's something simple, like you got to take this relic and just put it over here on the left-hand side or something. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes, different enemies might be holding the relic, and you got to take that enemy out, and you got to find it. And you got to find it within a certain amount of time, or maybe that enemy blows up, like a cursed thrall or something like that. Something of that nature. Like, that would be cool, and it's completely randomized, so you never know where it's coming from.
Yeah, I think the most amount of randomization that we have in raids is going to be the Siva screens, or where the orbs show up at the very beginning of Kingsfall when you're trying to light the thrall totems.
Yeah,
I think that's about as random as it gets.
That's random. Where the orbs?
The monitors? Monitors are
orbs
completely random. The
orbs
orbs
sometimes
they
spawn
have
in different places.
certain different locations, but it's very. Like,
very
one of the
predictable,
orbs, I think it's orb 3, has like 2 places or 3 places it can spawn, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lengthy raids. I want to be able to go in there, and this is just me. I want to raid at least an hour long.
Yeah.
Like, I like that stuff. I hate Crota. Granted, you can get through it, and I got through it in, like, I think the fastest was like 18 minutes or something like that for us. Not bad if you're just looking to grind for loot real fast, but at the same time, it's like, I want something to do.
Yeah.
The framework that Bungie has created for raids they definitely have a really solid foundation. You know, Reythos, you touched upon it, the siege engine. We've never seen an encounter like that.
Oh, I love
that was
encounter.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome encounter. Yeah. More stuff like that. That's bringing the environment into play and everything.
Well,
what do you think, Reythos?
Yeah.
So I'm going to steal a little bit from Danfinity and a little bit from you too, JRAM. The whole teamwork aspect, right, in those randomized puzzles. Danfinity had mentioned at one point that he thinks what would be really cool is if you have the entire fire team of 6 split up into teams of 2. So you have 2 and 2 and 2. And then instead of having them all walk down the same hallway, have them walk down different hallways. Ooh. Like these 2 go left, these 2 go right, these 2 go mid. And then they each have a different, let's say, a puzzle that they have to do. And then they meet up on the other side, and then they have to bring those parts together to complete a greater task. Make it so that it's like, hey, these 2 go to left and grab a sword relic, these 2 go right, grab a shield relic, these 2 go down the middle and grab an orb, and then you have to use the shield's charge up to go ahead and break a overshield on the boss, the sword to actually do some immense damage, and then the orb to protect yourself. Something along those lines where you break up the team, because, hey, we've run through pretty much every raid, all 6 of us standing side by side for the majority of it. There's the part in Kingsfall where, hey, you guys go left, you guys go right. There's the part in Kingsfall that's like, oh, hey, there's the 4 towers at Sisters and at Oryx. But that's really about it for that raid. And then when it came to Wrath of the Machine, it's like, hey, we have that split up a little bit more, but we're all in the same room shooting Vosik. We're all in the same room shooting Axis. It's not, hey, I am going to take a different journey than you are, and then next time I come through this raid, I want to go down the middle path. I want to see what's over there. I want to go down the right path. I want to see what's over there. Not, hey, I'm in the same room. I can see you over there, but you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I know exactly what you're saying, and it's interesting that you said the one thing, which is we're always kind of in a room, and the enemies are always in front of us. The only encounter in all the raids that I can think of off the top of my head right now is going to be Oryx, the very last, where we have to jump up on the totems. That's the only place where, even though we're stuck in a room, enemies come from all around us. Right. Normally, they're coming straight at us. So that would be cool if they can somehow create an encounter where you literally have to turn around and watch your back. Because
we're always advancing forward up until that point, and it's fight your way through this way, fight your way through these groups, fight your way through this boss, fight your way through this challenge. Give us something that's more, hey, have those 2 people go off, have those 2 people go off, have those 2 people go off. They fight their own miscellaneous random battle, and then they all come back together and throw us in the gladiator pit with our backs to each other. Things coming out from all sides. Hey, there's your Cabal raid. We're all walking through, and all of a sudden we fall in trapdoors. We all end up down a chute in the gladiator pit, and there are war beasts coming from each side. Cabal's jumping off the stadiums trying to get their piece of the action on a Guardian, and it's just you sitting there back to back with your buddies, firing bullet after bullet after bullet, trying to keep yourselves alive until the next challenge.
Awesome! I love that idea.
Something.
Yeah. Man. So I can see the final 2 bosses in the raid. Like, the first one is the console, and then Gull. I say that because in like Wrath we have Vosik and Axis. They're like the partners. Like, they are partners. So I can see the console and Gull being raid bosses if it is a Cabal raid. If it is a Cabal raid, yeah.
But I'd like it to be a Cabal raid, honestly.
If it is a Cabal raid, I do not want it to take place on a ship. I want it to be on the ground so it could be large, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah. Because King's Fall it was large but small at the same time, because you felt closed in sometimes, right?
King's Fall had parts that were expansive because we're walking like on the outside of the ship, and we can see off into Oryx's Ascendant Realm. We could see that, and the Ascendant Realm's huge, but we were limited to how far we could go in that realm. Whereas, with Vogue, you and 6 or you and 5 other Guardians drop in, and you have to open the door. Guys, split up, go on patrol. No, you can't pick up the beacons, but my friends and I would do that in year 1. We would literally just drop in and, hey, 6-person fire team. It was awesome.
You know what? Ed is in chat right now, and and he goes, "What if the raid had us running away from the bad guys, making us the prey instead of the predator?" I think,
yeah,
Jay, to piggyback off of your idea of maybe the raid being in the European Dead Zone, how awesome would that be if we had to run through the European Dead Zone forest every once in a while? We had to turn around and just shoot some enemies, and then we're constantly running away from them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Have it like a pattern where 3 people have to turn around and shoot to defend, while the other 3 advance forward, turn around, and just cover.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hopefully you got Firefly.
Right.
So, Reythos, my question to you is, when do you think Raid 5 is going to launch? I say September 8th. J-Ram, Dan, Just Sam, and Solely Bible says September 15th. And then Ramblin' also said September 8th, along with me.
Yeah.
All right, just to give you some background knowledge, I think September 8th, because I feel like if they want the raid to be competitive, then they need it. Then they need to release it as soon as possible. And Luke Smith did say it was going to have the same release time as Wrath and King's Fall, and those were released 3 days after the expansion. So
true. But I also want to kind of see that it waits a little bit.
Okay.
I get your logic with the whole, hey, it comes out 3 days after. It's really close. A lot of people are probably hyped for that. I kind of want it to be delayed. Now, when I think it's actually going to come out, probably the 15th, the following Friday, not the immediate one, but the next one after. But what I would like to see is that it's delayed, and this is going to make a lot of people hate me, or a lot of people hate Bungie if they do this.
No.
Have it delayed until at least the PC launches. And here's why. You have all the console players. We're all going to be playing it right off the bat. We're going to do midnight releases. We're going to be doing non-stop gameplay. And then all the PC gamers who might not have a console and they're just strictly PC, they're going to see us all just burn through it, and they're like, oh, that's what I have to do. Okay. Let it wait. Let it simmer. Let us build up that anticipation. Work on it. Fine. Whatever. And Absolutely. Then when the PC gamers get their game on and they've been playing for a little bit, launch it. Have us all be like, minds blown. Just, none of us ever saw this coming, kind of a thing. The PC gamers are like, we have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. All of us console players are like, yeah, you and us are in the same boat, and allow that collaboration of, the communities. Because that's the whole thing about getting that PC launch is we're trying to get a whole extra community of gamers in on this. That would bring so much more collaboration between consoles and PC gamers than we've ever had before, probably.
I see where you're coming from, and I do agree with you, but then if console players had 6 weeks to prepare and PC only had 1 week, would that be fair?
So
though?
make it a month. Give us the raid in January.
You realize how pissed off people would be?
That's what I'm saying. People would be so pissed at Bungie if they had actually do that. But everybody would have time to prepare. Everyone would be walking into it with no anticipation as to what's going on.
Yeah.
It would be everybody on Reddit, everyone on everywhere, just trying to compile and figure out, well, PC gamers are doing this to try and beat this challenge. Well, Xbox is doing this. PlayStation's doing this. And then the collaboration would allow us to all just enjoy it that much more, I feel. Not saying they should do that, but I think that would be something pretty interesting if they did do it that way.
The one thing I don't understand is, why do they release the raid so quickly? I mean, if we kind of take a step back and try to look at the entire picture, who does that benefit the most? Non-stop.
Yeah, people who play them
right?
non-stop, yeah. But that's how they want it to be.
And who are the people that play non-stop?
Content creators and
streamers and stuff like that.
Right.
People who live the heck out of this game.
Right. So individuals like myself who I have a job. It doesn't benefit me at all. In fact, it hurts me because now now what I'm doing is I'm taking time away from my wife and stuff like that. Just so I can grind my ass off, so I can be there when the raid drops, so I can participate with everybody else. And one of the hardest things to do with this game is to not go on Twitter and to not go on Facebook.
Just the whole trying to black yourself out from the media.
Yeah, it's like you got to go radio silent. When this whole situation could be avoided if they push it back just a couple of weeks. Now, Reythos, I am with you as far as dropping it when the PC drops. That way, you get all your content out at one time. That's never going to happen. We all know that.
Of course not.
But ideally, that would be a really good time to do something like that.
Yeah, like I said, maybe launch it in January. PC's had a month to prepare. All of us consoles have had plenty of time, and then just hit it. Just flip the switch, and everyone's like, "Whoa, wait, raid now? Really?" Everyone grabs their teams, everyone runs for it, and it's just a battle to the finish.
What if they never told us when the raid drops? What if it's just one of those things where it just appears?
It's like, oh, hey, we had a hot fix the other day. Raid activated.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Like on a Thursday, all of a sudden, you scroll over to the European Dead Zone. Hypothetically speaking, that's where it is. And all of a sudden, you see that raid icon. Could you imagine? Twitter would break.
Yeah.
But I could see some people being angry about that.
Oh, no. This is a game about exploring, about excitement, about what's beyond the next door. Yeah. We don't know. That would be awesome.
A little bit of expansion on that, JRAM. What if it launches on day one? But obviously you have to complete the main storyline.
Yeah.
And while you're doing an exploration, maybe you encounter one of those lost sectors and you think it's a lost sector, but it turns out to be the raid itself.
Oh, I would love for a raid to start off in a public place where everybody can see.
Right.
That was amazing with VOG, and they never did that again.
Yeah.
And I think it was because the whole, hey, 6-person fire team in patrol. I feel that was fun. It was absolutely awesome to do with my friends. I loved it. Because then at that point, it's like, oh, hey, we all finished Crucible. Now what? Well, we want to do this and we want to do that. And hey, if you're going to be doing patrol and we got to do this mission, we got to break up its teams. We drop in on the raid on Venus. It's like, okay, guys, just ignore the raid. Go do something else. Have fun. And we would help out with everyone else's public events. And you'd have 1 or 2 guardians there on the cliffs, and they're trying to prevent Vex sacrifices. And here comes 6 guardians, full raid gear, just let's do it, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely cool stuff.
If the worlds are that large, then they should do that. Have the raid be in a patrol. If the worlds are going to be as large as they say they are.
You know, one thing I still can't wrap my head around is why do we have all the different fire team sizes now? 6 for the raid, 3 for patroller strikes, 4 for Crucible. I mean, none of that makes sense.
It does not make sense at all.
Math.
Math.
Do the calculations, DRAM. That's what they want you to do.
Well, I mean, you think about that. Somebody's always left out.
Right.
Yeah.
And if this game is trying to promote team play and everything, then why do I have to make the decision? If we're going into Crucible, we just finished playing a raid, and I'm like, okay, which one of you two is gonna A, voluntarily leave, or B, am I gonna have to select to get you out of here? I don't like making that decision. I'll do it.
I'm picking a number between 1 and 50. Who's coming with me?
Oh,
you know,
man. Yeah.
But I just the sizes of the fire teams. Patrols I always thought should be 6.
Yeah, the worlds are huge. Why is it 3?
Yeah, patrols should be 6. I get the strikes at 3, but even 3 is a nice number because if you got a team of 6, you just split them up. It's perfect.
Right. 3 and 3 at that point.
Yeah, and then you can team back up again for Crucible or for another raid. Now it's like you can't do that. Like you have to make the decision who's coming with me and who's being left behind. And
I think maybe one of the reasons why they're breaking it up so, I want to say abstractly, is maybe it's the whole clan thing. You know, the guided games, for example. You know, you have you have your clan, and let's say, hey, you have one person that's short. Yeah, use the guided games, get that 6th person in there. But if you have your full fire team, and let's say, hey, I have a friend that just picked up Destiny 2, and he's brand spanking new to Destiny, period. Maybe I want to go off on that mission with him. And at the same time, there's my raid party just finished the raid. We'll grab one of them, and the other 4, they'll do Crucible or whatever. But maybe they got their own friends that just picked up their copies. And at that point, yeah, you might want a little bit more variety in your fire teams. But at the same time, it's still... the math.
That's a lot of moving pieces, though.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up.
Yeah. It's a lot of moving pieces.
It's like they say they communicate a lot more now inside the... like where they work, but it's just like I don't understand why 4 fire teams here, 6 here, and 3 here. I feel like the main thing we have been asking for in D1 was 6-player fire teams, and then I'm bringing that to us. And these worlds are supposed to be larger, so why can't we do that?
Yeah, the EDZ is supposed to be the largest place we've ever seen in Destiny. Period.
How many times have we heard that?
Plenty.
How many of us have actually experienced it, though?
Right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet. Cautiously optimistic.
It's just, Bungie, I love them to death, but come on. Man.
You sound like Chris Carter. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
I love that guy. He's very smart.
So
he's hilarious.
Let's move into the news that dropped about the EDZ. We're not gonna go into too much details about it, but did you guys see the trailer? Well,
yes.
I'll accept first. All right. What are your thoughts on the trailer first? Reythos, you first, man.
I'm not a huge Crucible guy. I'm a PvE guy myself, straight up. And the times that I've been in the Crucible and I've gotten those EDZ maps, I've loved the atmosphere that they put off.
Yes.
I know we're in the ruins of cities. It's lush, it's green, it's different and living than the Cosmodrome, which is all white and dead, it feels like. But it's got a whole new feel, it seems. And I'm excited for how they're portraying, hey, you have 3 patrol beacons. No, you have every beacon available. And there's extra stuff to find, and it's definitely something that needs to be brought out.
From the 2 zones that we've seen so far, so we've seen Nessus and the EDZ, I have to say, EDZ is my favorite. I just love that environment. Just like you said about the Crucible maps. Widow's Core and Memento, I love those 2 maps. I know, shockingly, but I just love the environment, the way it feels there. Like you said, like we are walking around apartment buildings and old cities, and I just love that feeling to it. Like I remember right before D1 came out, everyone said that we're gonna go to old Chicago maybe, and I just thought about how cool it is to go inside of a city that's all ruined and.
Right.
Yeah.
Let us go ahead and explore some other places on the planet. Yeah. This is the last city. I get that. But what happened to San Francisco? What happened to New York? What happened to Beijing? Show us everywhere else. The traveler settled in Russia. I get it. But what about the rest of the planet?
Out of all places, Russia?
He has a drinking problem. It's okay. It's just let us know what happened to the rest of our planet. I get it. There's the Battle of 6 Fronts, but that's ancient history. That's all in the Grimoire. Yeah. But give us something that's more, hey, here's actually some debris of a battle that happened X many years ago that you don't legitimately know. And because they're bringing the whole Grimoire into the actual gameplay a little bit more, it's going to be that much more fun to explore and see, oh, hey, there's a gigantic building. That looks like it might be some sort of monument. Yeah, the Golden Age is supposed to be in, 500 plus years? But let it be seen that, hey, this rubble that you're walking through was a huge tower, something more than, oh, these planes crash landed here. These are all ships that were supposed to take off and didn't. You know, just
Yeah.
let us see the the dinner table that's just worn out from weather and years of not being used. Show us the apartment buildings that have trees growing through the middle because mortar shells or whatever. Give us something more than, oh, we're in the tower where it's safe, we're out of the tower where it's not safe. Give us something more, and that farm is going to be awesome with that feel, I feel.
Yeah, the whole idea of us walking through the towns and everything brings that humanizing effect into it. You can connect to what's happening and everything. Now, with the game we have currently, D1, there's none of that. And there's only one really reference that your ghost will say. I forget what story mission it is. I know it's on Earth somewhere. But I can just hear Dinklebot in my head going, this place was magnificent before the fall. And it's like, okay, well, tell me what it was like. And it just stops there.
Yeah.
It was like,
I think that was
lack
in
of story.
Venus.
Was it
I think
in
that
Venus?
was in Venus. Yeah, that's on the first mission of Venus.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
regardless,
very first mission, when you're going down the coast and you're getting ready to head toward the Ishtar Academy, he goes, "This place was amazing way back when." It's like, okay,
tell me about it. Yeah.
Right.
Give us something.
And honestly, Venus is one of my favorite planets because you walk through the library, you walk through all these buildings, and you're like, hey, this is what humanity kind of was like. Mars has that feeling too, but it's too dead, in my opinion. Venus still feels alive because there's plant life. There's something else there than rocks or petrified trees and sand.
Bungie is really good too at bringing in the real science into the game. For example, if you look out in Venus and you can see the volcanoes erupting and the lava coming down as blue, that is what color it would be if we were there because of the atmosphere. Exactly. Which leads me into my next little side point, Jay.
Yes.
If they blow up the sun, everyone dies. Did you read that article I sent you?
Don't blow up the sun, in my opinion.
You didn't send me an article?
I sent you an article.
Oh, you tweeted to me. That's not really
Yes, I did. You probably just, swiped to the left. I didn't even get to
blew it off.
Nope, I was just like, whatever. They're going to blow up the sun. Okay.
They're not going to blow up the sun.
Come on. I just want to see the sun get blown up.
Oh, God.
Then go play a different game. I had a theory that I brought up with the whole, with D2 and the whole us being on the farm and why we're being scattered around the planet, but I'll bring that up on another time.
Are you sure, man?
Yeah, it's too much details to go into for what we have time for.
All right. So, going back to the EDZ, we were able to see some lost sectors. We saw some adventures. We saw the patrol, the public events, and all that good stuff. Do you guys think they should have shown all that 2 weeks before the game? J-Ram, I'm going to throw it over to you first, man.
Given the fact that I'm a hardcore player, no.
All right.
You don't have to sell the game to me, Bungie. I'm buying it already on multiple platforms.
It's paid off and pre-ordered multiple times over.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. I don't care what you do, what you show me. I'm going to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
From a marketing standpoint, I can see why they did it. D1 Vanilla did not have that great of a reception. No. It was very controversial. I mean, people loved it or people hated it. There was like very few in between that were like, yeah, it's pretty cool. But so I could see why they're doing it. That being said, like I said, for me personally, I don't want to see anything. Because I know I'm going to dive right in. Oh, McDonald's, dude.
Sorry, I didn't realize I put
it on my All right. You were eating chicken nuggets. I saw that earlier.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Question, what sauce?
Barbecue sauce and sweet and sour.
No buffalo.
No, I don't.
I'm buffalo and honey mustard myself.
There you go. I'm with you.
Nah.
Reythos and I, we're gonna get two McNuggets, 20 pieces each.
I am eating a 20 piece, but no buffalo sauce. So Reythos, do you think they should have shown all that?
I don't think they should have shown as much as they did. That whole 90 minutes of gameplay with Game Informer, I think that was a little much.
Okay.
I appreciate that they showed us the EDZ, but don't say, hey, this is a legit full-fledged side quest that you will do eventually. We're gonna start playing it. We're like, oh yeah, this was in that 90 minutes. I know exactly what they're doing. What show us some snippets. Show us, maybe him climbing up the tower to go talk to what's his name, the the new guy that is for
Devram Cray.
Yeah.
Dave,
I was thinking Hawthorne for a second.
Yeah.
But don't don't show us, hey, he's going to give you this mission and you got to go to this location and do that. Maybe show little snippets, partials of the screen, for instance. Like it was mentioned in the 90 minutes how we have these new enemies that will show up at random, and if you kill them, you get a little loot chest. Those are very similar to the regular public events of, oh, hey, there's an enemy that's trying to traverse and patrol the region that's like a major or whatever. It has that same feel, but have it so, hey, maybe in that 90-minute span, instead of it being, I'm going to go do these missions, have it be snippets of it. Like, hey, you need to go down here. Okay, why? You'll figure it out later. Okay, that makes it that much more interesting and makes me want to go find that hole on the map when I'm exploring and be like, they mentioned this, what's down here? And then I go and figure it out myself. Or don't show us, hey, you got to go and transmit all these explosions. Go, hey, there's a beacon down there and I'm getting some weird radiations coming off of it. Really? What kind of weird radiations? What are we talking about? Is there a certain signal that I'm looking for? What is it? And then just leave it at that. Just enough to give it a taste and be like, no. And then those gamers are just lured in further and further and further. And they're going to be like, I have to know. Why won't you tell me? And then launch day. And then they're going to go and they're going to search for those little crevices and those little snippets that they showed. And we're all going to have those experiences. And we're going to be like, oh my God, did you go here? No, I didn't. What is over there? I went this way. And just that 90 minutes kind of was too much.
It showed...
the beta was too little. The 90 minutes was too much.
It's like...
Here's your cake. You can eat it too then.
Right.
That Game Informer video showed that one thing. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it here, but it showed that one thing that I feel like it really ticked off the community a lot. Hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I feel like they shouldn't have revealed that through that way. I feel like Bungie should have revealed it and not through a Game Informer video and not even acknowledge it. So I was pretty ticked off about that. But I can say that there is one more reveal coming, well, that I know of, just one more, on September 5th at 4 p.m. CEST. I don't know what time zone that is.
Central.
It is?
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah, Central Central time zone. I look like an idiot now. But the Central time zone...
I'm pretty sure CET is Central time zone.
No, CEST.
CEST.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, but that day they are going to show something, which is right before the game launches. I don't know.
No, that's a Central European.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's Europe.
Yeah, so
that's
that
Monkey
time.
Slapper.
We love you, Monkey Slapper, but that name, man.
That name is dope.
Anyway, I feel like they should not show that. Whatever they are going to show the day before the game launches, I just don't think they should do that. And going back to what they showed in the Game Informer, I feel like that one thing I want to say, but I don't want to spoil it for people. J-Ram, I hope you know what I'm talking about. Hope chat knows what I'm talking about. It's just...
Yeah. We'll not even talk about it.
Yeah, it's not even talking about it. But we got to see some adventures in Lost Sector, so what are your thoughts on that? J-Ram, you first, man.
Once again, I'm excited. They're supposed to drop Nightfall type gear, correct?
Yeah.
Are you sure it was Lost? Are you sure it was that, or was it the Flashpoints event?
Or was Flashpoints do that?
I think it's Flashpoints that's dropping.
Yeah, the Lost Sector. What I'm really interested in is how many Guardians can fight up in one of those things.
Well, if it's patrol, I'm guessing everyone on the server.
That would be awesome.
Or unless they do what they did in D1, whatever you enter a new area, all those other guardians disappear. So it could be that.
So at max the fire team.
Oh gosh, Bungie.
Maybe, I don't know. Here's my thing. All right. We're all familiar with grinding out. What was that stupid thing? It wasn't stupid. I just say stupid. With the Axis and everything, you go into that one. Damn it! What's the name of that?
Archon's Forge.
Yes, nailed it. Archon's Forge. Okay. There was nothing worse than when you're running up there with 3 people in your fire team and you see like 2 other guys running up there. You run up, all of a sudden they disappear. They're in a completely different server, and you're there by yourself with you're there with your fire team. Like, I hope they don't do stuff like that. Because one of the reasons why I would run up there is because I would see other people running up there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go help them out, or maybe they can help me out with something. So I hope these lost sectors and everything are not like that, because that would just drive me crazy.
No joke.
Yeah, it's like, where did they really? I know they improved the D2 a lot, but it's just small things that we complained about in D1 that they're not improving or changing, like the fire team size and then the servers and all this. And one thing I hope they've changed, and in the Game Informer you didn't really see it, but when you transfer zones, will there be a loading screen? I mean, like your Guardian like freezes for a bit and it says loading. I hope that's not in the final game. Because they were in a playtest setting, so everything is like right there. They're wired up and all that. So of course that's not gonna happen. I just hope in the real game that's not there.
Yeah.
I did like how there are NPCs out in the wild now. Like we said, Devrin K, whatever his name is. I like that he's out in the wild and he could give you loot and all that. It sucks that they show what type of loot he can give, but we're not gonna go into that. Did not want to see that.
No.
I am stoked that they got people outside of the tower, or the farm, as it's now going to be called. Yeah, I'm glad that we get to see them out there, like the homecoming mission from the beta. I loved seeing Zavala standing there. I loved seeing, Cade and Ikora just all there fighting, and that felt more realistic. Not go figure it out, go take care of that problem yourself. Just sit back. No, we're here fighting it too. It feels more surreal. I liked how the feeling of, hey, Zavala's here fighting with you, but I know that during that entire fight he was just, oh hey, I'm going to pop up a bubble, give you a little bit of orbs, and you're going to keep fighting. He didn't really fire his gun during that fight, but it was still something more than
he did die.
Guardian, go there and kill stuff. It's like, okay.
Has it been confirmed that the farm is going to grow as you progress through the game?
Yes.
In other words,
that was in IGN first. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So they're taking a chapter out of the division.
I don't know if it grows in size, but they did say as you progress, more vendors are going to start to show up. That's cool. I think that was in the IGN first for when they showed off the farm.
See, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
Because once again, you are single-handedly a part of building something.
You have to
D1, it was like, just go scan this and then wait for enemies to come and shoot them. And it's crazy how much fun that still is.
The one part that I've seen that I love about the EDZ is the Traveler Shard. I love, because there was one part where they went up close to it. I just loved it. It looks great. I cannot wait to, I hope we can actually go inside of it so we can get our super. But
so about that one shard.
Huh?
That plays into one of my theories as well about that shard. Ooh. So a theory of mine is the machine latches onto the Traveler, and we're doing our entire campaign without light, hypothetically, and something happens that Gaul finds out that light I'm trying to siphon I can't use. I can't have it, neither can they, and he breaks it. And that machine goes to crush it. That's his Sun Destroyer there for you, Jay, but he uses it on the Traveler instead. And that force field squeezes it, and it cracks, and it breaks, and it shatters, and flies all over the place. When that happens, these shards break off, and not only are there huge chunks, but there's going to be little pieces as well, because if you ever smashed anything that's a big chunk, you know there's little particles. We go and find little shards that are, as one of my friends put it, motes of Traveler instead of motes of light. We find these motes of Traveler, and that we need to collect those in order to regain our light, regain our supers, because hey, it's not just being broadcast out anymore. We actually have to carry a chunk of Traveler with us.
Creepy.
It would be creepy, but here's the other fun part. Here's the other fun part about that. These shards of Traveler can also be, as my friend also aptly named it, motes of revive, hypothetically, where we're going back to Countdown. You know, that one type of PvP that was in the beta where you have so many revives and nothing more. And let's say that with these pieces of Traveler, they allow us to bring Guardians back. And you can't res somebody unless you got one. You can't be resed unless you have one. Something along those lines, where it's a consumable item where we have a finite amount of lives, not necessarily like you have to go be like Mario and jump on a bunch of turtle shells to get another one, but something along the lines of, oh, hey, you have this. Here's an extra little buff that you wouldn't normally have, and you can use it to give it to another player, kind of a thing.
So, I just think when you die, that's it. The disc ejects out of your system, deletes the game.
System crash.
Yeah, that's it. You're done.
So what if, okay, of course we know the sun is not going to get blown up, but what if it's actually that main Traveler ball and our only source is the shard? I think that would be cool.
How do you rebuild the Traveler then?
You don't. We didn't create it.
Hence,
yeah, but isn't the Traveler like
having to go and get those shards to take with you, because there's still...
Would you just put them back together?
There's still a light coming with you.
Some super glue?
Like that whole scene in the trailers with that machine and all blowing something up. I feel like it is the Traveler.
I think they were referencing when you first get onto Mars in the excursion, and it's the first mission. It's called Excursion.
Exclusion.
And they just say 700 pounds militarized or whatever, blah blah blah. They blow up planets. I think that's what they were showing. They're just blowing something up for fun.
I don't want to see something in the past. I want to see it like real time.
But in order for you to understand your enemy, you got to understand where they come from.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So I honestly, I'm just, hey, I might be the only person on the edge of this branch, but that's all I think it was. They were just showing, oh, it's the Cabal. Look, they're blowing up planets for fun.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So because they're just blowing up planets for fun, it's kind of that feel with, the Dreadnought coming into play. When we saw the release trailer for The Taken King, it's like, oh, hey, here comes the Dreadnought, and here comes all his fleet of ships. Something along those lines of, you done effed up. You done goofed. You done goofed. And I'm here to fix this. You killed my son. I'm coming for you. The Cabal are like, you know what? We need that too. We need the light. So we're coming for it.
Yeah.
And this is our potential. And it's like, hey, we see the Dreadnought. We see all his ships. And he's like, this is my army. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to shoot you in the face. Yep, I'm going to shoot you in the face.
So, let's move into the TWAP, guys. So,
all right.
Did you guys see the launch trailer for D2? I think that's that trailer was epic.
Yes.
The way it starts, I love the way it starts off with the console talking, because that's the first time we actually see the console. And it looks great. Oh man,
well, we know the speaker's alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, have you guys seen all the memes where everyone is like with Gaul on the speaker, and it's like 50 Shades of Grey, and it was like
50 Shades of Gaul.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Anyway,
somebody put like the Pornhub in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I'm surprised you didn't see that, J-Ram.
What?
All the pornographic stuff with gold.
What do you think I am, like a freak?
All the suggestive. There was nothing pornographic. It was suggestive.
I love how Jay goes to me and says, "I'm surprised you didn't see all the porn references and everything." Like, As if like my Twitch channel is jram/Pornhub/ whatever.
Moving right along.
Where do you stream at, JRAM? Oh, dude, I stream on Pornhub. You can find me there.
Listen, you get a lot of views off of that, okay? They have billions of channel views a day. But
So
anyway, have you guys been enjoying the new character trailer? So first we had Cade with the wild card, and then we had
Yeah, I like your poncho.
Oh, I said
love
Hawthorne.
that line.
Yeah,
You sure you're
Hawthorne.
not a hunter? Yeah, I'm not into capes. Like your poncho.
It's a cardigan. Thanks for noticing.
And then
I love
today
those
we had
trailers.
the Zavala trailer, and then tomorrow we should have Ikora, and then after that we're gonna have Go. I'm really enjoying these trailers. I like these trailers a lot, actually. So because we actually get to meet the characters. They needed something like that in D1.
They did.
Yeah.
Another thing that I read, and I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but the whole live action trailers.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the live action trailers. Straight up. I loved it from Destiny 1. I loved it from The Taken King. I think they were absolutely amazing. And I wish they did it for Rides of Iron. I wish they did it for every expansion. And I want them to do it for D2.
Yeah. I think they are, because there was a tweet from Eric Hushberg, whatever you say his name, and he was holding Sweet Business behind the green screen. I'm like, they didn't pay all that cash just to send out a tweet. So I think they are working on a live action trailer, and I think it's going to be released September 1st, since that is the first day of PAX.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's when it's going to be released. Yeah. So moving right along in the TWAB, we are now able to see. Well, they showed this off a long time ago, back at the reveal event. But the PC controls, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's. I don't play PC, so I don't know if that's gonna be comfortable. JRAM, I know you play PC. Are you okay with the controls?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll probably map a couple buttons other places, which is definitely an advantage of playing on PC. But I mean, they're fine where they are.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next. Oh, anything else you have to say?
No, not at all.
So next, like I said, Bungie will be at PAX West starting September 1st. It's a Friday. They're going
next week.
Yeah, next week. They rented out a whole theater, guys. Like, I had a ticket to go, but I'm not going, which is sad. But it's really cool. I like it.
It's within an hour from me driving, but I don't have a ticket.
We'll talk after.
Jay, overnight the ticket to Reythos.
We'll talk
Reythos. Give us a detailed report on what you experienced.
I'll find a camera. I'll record the entire thing.
Reythos,
I'll stream it on. I'll stream it on here. I'll send duplicates, triplicates for all of you guys.
There you go.
And also, I don't know if you guys saw, but they updated the companion app. I think it's pretty cool. It's still a work in progress, guys. They are working on Bungie.net. The API is kind of out. The documentation for it is out. So all the third-party sites, including ours, are working hard behind the scenes on preparing the site for D2, which is awesome. So yeah, that's all of that in the TWAB this week. Anything else you guys have to say? I totally forgot what I had to say after.
No, I'm just, I mean, before we jump out, and start criticizing everything, let's wait and see how everything works first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can preload the PC beta now, actually, if you're.
I already did.
Yeah. I created a Blizzard account. I did not pre-order it. I have a story to tell, but that's for later about what Sony did to me. But it's my fault. But anyway, you can preload the PC beta now onto your computer. I did see D2 on PC in 4K 60 frames is beautiful.
It's crazy.
JRAM, I finally know what you're talking about. It's beautiful. I really wish it was coming on console.
It's like I said, you always hear that argument, 30 versus 60 and everything.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why people are jumping ship and going to PC. Mm-hmm. That argument, 30 versus 60, is a legitimate argument to have. Now, some people just don't care about that, and that's fine. but you can't criticize other people for wanting the 60. And vice versa. The people that won 60, you can't criticize others for staying on the consoles for 30 frames per second. It's fine. I obviously I listen to this podcast a lot. I really like them, Destiny Community Podcast. And this week, there's a little spot where Pope Bear, who was one of the 30 versus 60, I don't really understand it. He was over at Tefty Tef's house, and Tefty did that. He loaded up, I think, Borderlands 2, and locked it at 60, and then he put it at 120. And that's when Pope Bear was like,
so smooth.
He's like, it's like,
I get it.
I get it now.
Yeah.
And then he did it unlocked frame rates, and it was crazy. Like when you move from right to left or left to right, the screen kind of blurs a little bit. There is none of that.
Yeah, I know.
Target acquisition is so much more crisp now. So, like I said, there is a reason why people are doing that. I'm excited to see how this game is going to look and play on PC. Dude, which I will know that on Tuesday. Yeah. Downloaded it. It's a 16 gigabyte download.
Mark Noseworthy also did come out and say that they could have made the game run at 60 frames, but they chose not to. For console.
And I'm fine with that. I'd much rather have a more expansive, more intimate game than higher frame rates.
Yeah.
Like, I get that argument.
But then some people said, how about 60 in PvP and only 30 in PvE? And I'm like, that kind of will hurt your eyes, right?
It's going to throw people off.
It's going to throw you off a lot. I did that. I'm like, no.
One thing Bungie is definitely trying to do is keep a seamless progression. Your guns perform the same way in both encounters. They wouldn't break it up 30-60 just for those two things.
Yeah, what if maybe down the road that they release a patch or an update that allows it to go up to 60 frames per second on consoles?
That would be awesome, but they'd have to optimize the shit out of it. And right now, according to Mark Noseworthy, we know what the bottleneck is within these consoles. It is the processor.
Mm-hmm.
So unless we can get in there somehow and swap out processors, put an i7 in there, it's game over.
Like, I know they did come out and say the game cannot run 60 frames on Xbox One X. I just want someone to do a test and see if it can. Some way, somehow. Yeah. I feel like it can run at 60 frames.
Once again, though, the processor in the Xbox One X is just like, it's like a barely a step above the one in the Xbox One S.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes the Xbox One X. Boy, I really hate that stupid name. Can we never say that again? Can we just say Scorpio?
Fine, Scorpio.
The new Xbox.
Such a more badass name.
The new black box.
So what makes the Scorpio is that GPU, which is essentially a GTX 1070. I mean, that's what really separates it. But the bottleneck is still that CPU in the Scorpio.
Yeah.
So until we can change that out, it is what it is. What I'd like to see is some sort of a business model where there's a way, kind of like with cell phones. You know what I mean? You trade in the old one, they give you X amount of money, you get a new updated system.
Something a lot better than GameStop is currently.
Yeah, like right now, if you think about this in terms of computational power versus time, it's a straight line, and then all of a sudden when a new console comes out, it's a huge jump up, but then it's a straight line again. I'd like to see that step function be more like a more exponential
slope.
Yeah, more curvy, like a parabola or something like that.
Yeah.
But right now it's just
not
it's a
steps,
step function,
but a slope.
Yeah, right now it's a step function. So whatever. Next topic.
We actually went through everything, guys. Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Destiny 2 is next week. Oh my gosh, I wish I could say that. I did not mean to say that.
Beta,
I did not
PC beta.
The PC beta is next week, guys. We have PAX next week, and on next week's show, I think we're gonna go through everything that's coming in D2, but we're not gonna go into details of it. Just name all the activities that's coming through. We have 3 guests on next week, which I'm super excited for, guys. I hope you guys are excited too. We have a new giveaway starting. Ed, I know he's in chat. Will be giving us something really cool, and I hope I can take it, but I can't, so we're gonna give it away to you guys. It is a pretty cool giveaway. We're also giving away free gamer subs. If you guys are tuning into the live show, do command giveaway in chat just like Reythos did, and I will put that in the description of this show. Again, I just want to go through the quick September list for the podcast, and then I do have a few more questions for you guys. Next week we're gonna have OBX Boy Ed, Mesa Sean, Miss Team KK. Then we're gonna have Subcult on September 8th, September 15th, Focus Fire Chat, September 22nd, Mr. and Mrs. Lupo, and on September 29th, the voice actor for Gaul. Busy month, lots of guests, and we could talk about Destiny 2 all month long, and the raid.
To our heart's content.
Oh, I'm excited for that. So I do have a question for you guys. Well, two questions actually. What games are you guys playing? Have you guys tried the new COD World War II?
I have. Go, Reythos. You go first.
Yeah.
Okay. I was given a copy of Fortnite by a friend of mine.
Ooh, nice.
And I've been playing the hell out of it. I also went and bought myself Minecraft, and that's what I'm using to keep me busy. Other than my Monday, Wednesdays with DTR here on just doing perma, because perma is something that's still keeping Destiny 1 alive for me. And right now it's just, oh, hey, you can go do this raid again with everybody else. It was like, oh gosh, what was it? There was a trailer, fan made, of course, from Vanilla. And it's, hey, you want to go kill Sepix Prime again? You want to do that, buddy? And it was just like, I'm feeling like that's where Destiny's reaching right now for me. And perma's keeping it fresh. It's keeping it interesting. Been playing Fortnite, been playing Minecraft. I've got some stellar news today. And, well, it's not happening now. It's happening next year. But I'm going to be disappearing for a little while because of what is coming out in February.
What's coming out? Is it Far Cry 5? No?
No. We're throwing it back. We're throwing it backwards. PlayStation announced today that they are releasing a revamped version of one of my all-time favorite games, Secret of Mana. And they are bringing it back from the SNES. They're making it a 3D version, and that comes out on February 15th.
So you're disappearing for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh God, okay, listen. I love Secret of Mana so much. I still have my cartridge.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm dead serious. This is one of my all-time favorite games, and the fact that they're bringing it back on my current console is just. You could pre-order it today, and I'm going to be doing that like next week. Awesome.
Nice.
I absolutely love that game. And so after a few months of D2, and I've cleared out everything that I can do, I'm going to disappear for a little bit playing that. Because I still have my save file from when I was, 9 on that cartridge. I still have it. And I could just plug it into my console because I still have my Super Nintendo. Just plug it in and play that. And I do that very rarely, but who knows?
All right. Rambo.
I am playing the Call of Duty World War II beta right now.
Nice.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's safe.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, like they didn't do anything great, but then again, they didn't do anything bad.
Yeah.
So it's a very safe game. I think it'll be a good game for when there's those content droughts with Destiny. That would be a good game. I do think I am going to buy it, but I'm not getting the map packs or anything like that. I'm just going to get the base game and call it a day.
I need to tell you my story. So,
okay.
I'm
not done yet.
Oh, I thought you were. I'm sorry.
No, I still got to tell you the other thing I'm doing.
That's one of his games. Like,
yeah.
I went off on a tangent. Let the man speak.
I am still playing Destiny 1, and here's what I am doing.
Okay.
I'm going through each faction, even the Vanguard, and I'm getting one gear set per character for each of them.
Nice.
So for me, that's kind of keeping me involved. It's giving me a reason to spend the legendary marks that I accumulate throughout the week. So that's it. I'm just doing Call of Duty right now, and then collecting legendary marks so I can get the body armor and everything. Mm-hmm. And Black Ops 3, still like that game.
Really? I haven't played
that game's good. That
So-
game's real good.
So JRAM, are you doing just the faction armor, or are you doing faction and their chromas?
Oh, just the faction armor.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was curious there.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, I'm a little biased towards the Dead Orbit. I think it looks ugly as hell.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it either.
That camo is garbage.
I was in year 1. I was Future War Cult. I was,
Yes,
and I
Future
still
War
I
Cult,
still kind of am.
love-
I still kind of am.
love.
Dude, I think they have the best color schemes. It
Yeah.
looks cool as hell.
And
Did we see any banners for that in D2? I know we see a lot of
I
Dead
didn't see it.
Orbit and New Monarchy, but we haven't seen any Future War Cult.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
Please.
well, when you went through Homecoming, you saw that whole corner was either blocked off or destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the steps and everything were down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jay, what about you?
Did you guys hear the music that was playing in the hangar there?
No.
No.
No,
Usually pay
because
attention to that.
because JRAM is loving the music from the raid,
Mhm.
in the beta, and if you play the beta on PC, I would encourage you to check this out.
I'm going to.
While playing Homecoming, when you're coming in from the backside of the hangar, and you kill the Cabal, stop and take a moment and head downstairs like you were going to go hit that jukebox. I call that Cade's bar.
Okay.
Start heading that way. The door is sealed, but if you listen very carefully, you can still hear that jukebox playing music.
Oh,
that's
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
So-
September 6th is
so-
taking forever.
So when you're doing the beta on PC, take a moment, pause, turn around, walk back, and then lean right up against that door.
I
And
will
you'll-
definitely do that.
You'll hear it kind of like winding down because like it's losing power. It's
Oh, that's
getting a
so
little slower, and
cool.
but it's still playing, and that's the fun part about it.
Awesome.
More stuff for you to know.
Yeah. Thank you. I did not know that. I'll just wait till September 6th to get here to do that. But
Well, if
yeah.
you're doing it on PC, you can do it
I don't know
next
yet.
week.
I don't know. So yeah, I am playing COD World War II. I did pre-order it on PlayStation by accident. I didn't think Sony takes your money immediately when you pre-order a game. So
Oh, yeah.
I just picked any version and I bought the $100 version.
Oh.
And they took my money and I was like, bruh, I just want the beta. So
Well, Pro
I have-
note: if you call them and complain
did.
about something,
I did.
they will give you your money back for one.
The guy did.
Oh no, you got to call back then because they will do it. They did it for me.
I need my I'm so mad. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did
even
it
like
for
the
me.
game. Like the game is fine, but I don't even play PlayStation. Like I don't really play my PS4 that much. I'm always on Xbox, so I'm like I have the season pass, the zombies theme, all of that, and I don't even play PlayStation. So rip. Yeah, guys. So. Final question for the night. What is your favorite snack or drink to eat while gaming? Or what snack or
Ooh.
drink will you eat or drink while playing Destiny 2? Either or. Reythos, you first, man?
Like I was mentioning at the beginning of these Skippy peanut butter bites,
Nice.
my new addiction, straight up. I went to the store the other day. I saw these. I'm like, it'll be a snack. I might as well try them. And oh my gosh, absolutely love them. I go through one of these and I didn't even notice that I went through one.
All right.
That's a dangerous snack.
Oh
Yes.
yes, it's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Yeah. Those are like my snack. For my drink, it's weird. I really like ice water. It's the only way I like water. It's super cold. It has to have ice in it, and that's the only way I'll drink it. I do drink gamer sauce. Love the stuff. I would use it on some of my super early morning streams, and I'll probably be using some of it eventually on one of these upcoming streams.
Nice. I think we're being rated by Miss Team KK.
It looks
that's
like
what it looks
like
like.
we
Yeah.
are. What's up? Thank you.
Nice.
Yes,
She
thank
couldn't
you.
show up, so she sent all her followers. That works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
She
Thank
will be
you.
on our
Girl.
show next week with Meisha Sean and OVX Boy. But thank you, Lauren.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, KK
Oh,
Raid.
I
there
also
it is.
gave her a World War II code for it, so that was nice. I'm a
Nice.
very
Yeah, you're
generous
such
person.
a gentleman.
Thank you.
Such
So,
a gentleman.
So
my
JRAM
favorite
now has to answer the question, as
Oh,
well
yeah.
as you, Jay.
Oh,
both
okay. Drink, love, an ice cold can of either Dr. Pepper or Coke.
Oh. I'm not really a Coke
And-
fan.
Of
And
those
as
two,
far
I'm
as-
gonna have to go with Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
23 flavors of fun, man. You can't go wrong with that. And then, oh, look here, right? Look, Coke
Oh.
right here, man. Love
There
it.
you go.
As far as the snack is concerned, I like eating something that obviously doesn't make my hands greasy
Yeah,
because
of
of
course.
gaming. So I think a really good snack are Cheez-Its because I can grab them by the corners
Yes.
It's
and just
so
throw them in real
dry.
fast.
Hey.
And pro note, they
Okay.
make a whole box of extra burnt Cheez-Its.
Mm-hmm.
They're the best. I think they're called
Crispy
extra
ones.
Yeah, to
I
be honest.
love those ones.
So good, so good. And then every once in a while, Molly, my wife, she'll drop me off something. Maybe it's like apple crisp or something like that.
But
Normally it's the Cheez-Its and Coke or Dr. Pepper.
I just want to say before I go, new sub hype in chat. Thank you so
Oh,
much
Joe.
for subbing.
awesome!
Yeah. So me, I love Funyuns. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's
Ooh,
the chips,
I
Funyuns.
can't
I
make
like
out after
Funyuns.
that.
Funyuns
I like
are
Funyuns.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah, no kissing after that.
Yeah. And then
Jake, do you ever have
sometimes,
the you ever have the Wise onion and garlic?
I don't like onion chips though, but I love Funyuns. It's weird. I
Oh.
know.
Dude, when I was in Ireland a couple
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, I'd never seen these chips before. They were everywhere. It's cheese and onion chips.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
were delicious, man. Delicious. I haven't seen them anywhere in America. I think they're only in Ireland. Like that must be their thing.
Oh, I'm just reading Miss Lauren.
Yeah,
Thank
I
Thank
wish I
you,
could
Lauren.
get
We
her,
wish you could be here too. But next week it will be awesome. But
Oh, yeah.
I love Funyuns. I like to drink either Kool-Aid or water or coffee. If it's early in the morning, I drink coffee. I have to have like 5 cups of coffee a day. I drink a lot of coffee.
I've
Dude,
never had a cup of coffee in my life.
Dude,
So-
I have to drink coffee. I just
So here's something about coffee.
yeah.
I was a barista for 6 years,
Mhm.
and I never drank coffee up until I worked there. I had a couple cups, but I'm one of those people that wakes up in the morning and I don't need caffeine.
Really?
I wake up and I'm good.
Yeah,
My
Reythos, I'm with
brain-
you. I've
My brain hits
never
the
had a cup
ground
of coffee
running.
in my life.
My brain hits the ground running.
Yep. I need
So
basically.
I don't need coffee. I love teas. I
need like 5
love
minutes.
chai though.
I need like 5 minutes just to gather my bearings, and then I'm good to go.
Alright.
Oh, I sit up, and even before my feet hit the floor, I'm ready.
Like I'm a morning person, but I need a coffee every morning. A lot of people say I say coffee weird because I'm from New York. I'll say like coffee.
Yeah, because it's coffee.
It's coffee.
CW. It's
Coffee.
CWO.
But thank
It's
you
qua-
guys for listening to the 42nd episode of the DTR podcast, guys. My name is Jay. Thank you, Reythos, for joining us this week. Thank you, J Ram, as always, and Miss Team KK. Sally, you cannot be here, but you will be here next week. So, where can we find you guys
hold
on
on,
social
hold on.
media?
Thank you, Lord Shax, and thank you, Zer.
Yes.
Listen, I
yes.
got some things on Destiny 2 gear also. I got the control freaks with the little ghost.
Nice.
I think that's really cool. I got a little lanyard with the class logo, and it has Destiny 2 on it.
Look at you.
And then I got the poster, the K6 wildcard poster right behind me. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so where can you find you guys on social media? Reythos, you first, man.
Same. Just Reythos anywhere you throw it. I'm not kidding. I came
Even
up with this
Pornhub?
name. Yeah, even Pornhub. If you want to go there, JRAM, I will make an account on Pornhub for you. No.
Now you see
Instagram,
why I said I made
Twitter,
that comment, Jay.
Just literally everywhere that you throw the name Reythos, you're probably gonna find me. It's not copyrighted, but it pretty much is taken by me.
Oh my
PSN,
God.
Twitter, Instagram, Kick, Skype.
everywhere.
Just yeah.
Except that one
you'll
site
find
that
me.
J Ram said.
Oh, you will if I haven't already made an account.
J
I'll
Ram,
make-
where can we find you, man? Everywhere.
Same as Reythos.
Pornhub,
Everywhere.
Tinder,
even Pornhub.
Tinder.
J_Rambo 9119. that's it. I mean, it's simple as that.
Alright, so you guys can find me on Twitter at J_DTR. You guys can find Destiny Tracker on Twitch at Destiny Track and on YouTube at Destiny Tracker, guys. I am planning our next DTR event, which will happen soon. I will announce all the details on Twitter, so make sure you guys follow us on Twitter for details on that. So guys, thank you guys so much for listening to the 42nd episode of the DTR podcast, guys. We will see you next week with again EdBX Boy Ed, Mesa Sean, and Miss Team KK. Alright, guys.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that.
Yes, that's our final show before D2, so we have a lot to talk about, and I'm just so excited for that.
I can't wait.
Hey Jay, did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you when I met OBX Boy in Destiny?
Mm-hmm.
We
No,
were just,
yes.
I was with somebody and we got teamed up with him in a strike.
Yeah.
We're running around. I'm like, OBX Boy, I know that guy. And then I sent him the message. I'm like, hey, is this Ed, by the way? Yeah, dude. It was awesome.
Nice.
It's like, finally.
Oh man, I cannot wait to have him on again. But thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Jay, and we'll see you all next week. Okay, bye.
Later.
Stay safe, be fun, Guardian.